Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Physioversity by Boronagar Physiomax Association. I really hope that you have watched the first episode of this series where we have discussed about the formation of the thoracic cage, and we promise that in the second episode we will discuss about the muscles of respiration. So here we go. I think all of us are aware about the fact that the primary muscle of inspiration is diaphragm and the intercostalis, that is external intercostalis. So today we will first understand how the inspiration occur and about some basic idea of the diaphragm. Inspiration. So Boyle's law states that if the volume increases, then pressure will be decreased. Now, to understand this concept properly, if we take an example of a syringe, then as per Boyle's law, to increase the volume inside the syringe, we will have to decrease the pressure inside it. So, if we pull down the plunger of the syringe or pull it away, we can increase the volume of the volume inside the syringe by decreasing the pressure inside it. While we pull it down, of course, the pressure inside the syringe will be decreased compared to the atmospheric pressure, right? And that's how the fluid we can indraw, or the volume of fluid inside the syringe will be increased, or it will indraw, right? This is the basic principle how inspiration and expiration works. So now if we compare it with the our inspiratory process or expiratory process, then while the diaphragm contracts and it will pull downward, then what will happen? The pressure, the intrathoracic pressure will be decreased and the air will sucked into the lung. That's how inspiration will occur. Now, because intrathoracic pressure will decrease, the air or the volume of air will get enough space to cover the lungs area. So this is how inspiration occurs. And in case of exhalation, of course, again the intrathoracic pressure will become increased now, right? Now, as because this will go upward, the diaphragm is because it will go now upward, there will be increased amount of pressure, right? Now there will be increased amount of pressure within the intrathoracic area, and now the air will exhaled by that. So, as per Boyle's law, if we have to increase the volume of a container, we simultaneously have to decrease the pressure inside the container. And how? This is how the principle of respiration also occurs. Okay, now we will discuss about the diaphragm, that is the main muscle of inspiration. So basically, diaphragm is a dome-shaped structure. It is a dome-shaped structure, which we can say the upper surface supports the pericardium layer, lung, pleura, etc. And the lower surface covered the peritoneal layer, overlies liver, kidney, suprarenal gland, etc. Basically, if we consider the parts of diaphragm, it has three attachments. One is sternal, one is costal, and another one is lumbar. So, sternal attachment arises from the back of xiphoid process, while the costal attachment arises from inner surface of the lower four ribs and lower six costal cartilage. And if we consider the lumbar attachment, it is attached with the upper lumbar vertebrae. If we see the insertion of it, then all the three attachment or all the three origins are inserted at a common point, that is the central tendon. It will all together get a central tendon which is centrally located at the diaphragm. So if you see it from downward, then it will look like a rooftop like this. So centrally it is inserted through the central tendon, like this. But there are some openings, there are some openings of the diaphragm for major vessels. Okay, one is vena cava opening, one is esophageal opening, and another one is aortic opening. So where does that located? So if we first we will take the vena cava opening. So this is located right off midline of the central tendon, right of midline of the central tendon. And for the esophageal opening, it is left of midline of central tendon. And in case of aortic opening, it is just at the central tendon, just located at the central tendon. Now we will discuss about the movement of diaphragm. So now we will have to first know whether the diaphragm can move voluntarily or not. Although diaphragm is a skeletal muscle, but basically it moves involuntarily. Okay, but somehow after some practices, for a long year, we can move the or we can help the diaphragm to move voluntarily for some extent. Basically, movement of the diaphragm, the average movement in quiet respiration, left-sided or left side can move up to 30 millimeter. Okay, the excursion can move maximum 30 millimeter. Usually it is 12.5 mm. And in case of right side, it is the maximum increase or maximum movement is up to 28 millimeter almost. And usually it is almost 12 mm. So basically right side move somehow less compared to the left side. Contraction of the diaphragm during inhalation increases the intrathoracic volume vertically and transversely. So while contraction occurs, the central tendon will pull downward and thereby the abdominal content will come forward as far as the abdominal wall will allow. Okay, so that's why the while inhaling our abdomen gets upward or it expands. Okay, and during exhalation it goes downward. Each half of the diaphragm is innervated by a separate nerve, that is the phrenic nerve on each side. Although the halves contract simultaneously, it is possible for the one half of the muscle to be paralyzed without affecting the other half. Another primary muscle of inspiration is external intercostal muscle. That are 11 pairs in number. These are innervated by intercostal nerves, and the muscle helps to increase the intrathoracic volume by lifting the lower ribs upward and outward while inhaling. The external intercostals extends from the tubercles of the ribs above down and forward to the costochondral junction of the ribs below, where they become continuous with the anterior intercostal membrane. The membrane extends the muscles forward to the sternum. So this is all about the primary muscle of inspiration. In the next video, we will discuss about the accessory muscles of inspiration and the muscles of expiration. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe.